Okay, so the question is asking what is the value of the positive 0? And what students had trouble with here is we didn't know what the positive 0 is. We need to remember that zeros, x-intercepts, solutions, and roots all mean the same thing. That means I can set my function equal to 0 and I can solve for my x values. Now I can use the quadratic formula here. When I use the quadratic formula, I usually have two answers. So one is usually a positive, one is a negative. What the question is asking here is they want the positive solution. So I could use my quadratic formula here. What makes it easier if I divide every term by 4. Now I don't have to do this step, but it makes my quadratic formula easier, and I can do this because one side is equal to 0, and 0 divided by any term is equal to 0. So here I reduce my quadratic to negative x squared minus 4x plus 5, and from here I know my a value, my b value, and my c value, and I'm going to use my quadratic formula. So a negative b would be a negative 4 plus or minus the square root, negative 4 squared minus 4 times a, which is negative 1, times c, which is 5, all over 2 times a, which is negative 1. So I'm going to reduce this. This turns into a positive 4. And I have under my square root 16. Now watch out for your negatives here. I have a negative 4 times a negative 1, so that becomes positive 4 times 5, which is a positive 20 over negative 2. 16 plus 20 gives me square root of 36. I know the square root of 36 is 6. So I have 4 plus or minus 6 over negative 2. Now I'm going to have a positive case and a negative case. My positive case is 4 plus 6 over negative 2. My negative case is 4 minus 6 over negative 2. 4 plus 6 gives me 10. 10 divided by negative 2 gives me a negative 5. 4 minus 6 gives me a negative 2 over negative 2, which is equal to 1. So because my question is asking for the positive 0, I get rid of the negative answer, and my positive 0 is equal to 1.